Central Florida will try to pick up the pieces from their rough start to their season as a 19-point road dog in Week 2 versus Stanford. Right now, I'm joined with SBR's college football analyst Joe Gavassi to give his free picks on the game. And Joe, you seem to think that UCF is undervalued here on the odds lines, but they are playing on the road at Stanford all the way across the country after they got outrushed by Florida International 1 week ago. I don't necessarily see anything going for this team, Joe.
Well, I got to tell you, this is a huge line, overinflated for some reason that I don't know, between a pair of teams that love to run the football and play defense. Just by the fact the opening total is 42 or 43 points, you get the clear picture what kind of game this is going to be. Each of these teams looked awful the first week. Stanford came 3 time zones east to play a 9 a.m. body start, and along with quarterback Hogan, looked disoriented the whole game. Along with very conservative play calling by head coach Shaw when Stanford was trailing by 10 points in the fourth quarter, they were really never in the game against a Northwestern Wildcat who double rushed them, very unusual for Stanford to be double rushed, and the fact that Northwestern had that advantage the entire game, 16-6 win. Yet this line has been inflated by almost a touchdown from where it would have been by week 1. In fact, at no time in the previous year would Stanford have been favored by more than 2 TDs against this Florida International team. Against this UCF team. Now, Florida International, who beat UCF last week, is a team on the rise, so we must give a little bit of credit here to them. UCF does indeed have to travel cross-country 3,000 miles and is playing a game at 10:30 at night. No college player does that. Nonetheless, George O'Leary is a veteran coach, loves to play defense and loves the running game, and this will be a hard-fought defensive game with this 19 points, way too many to give this type of team as an underdog. Central Florida is your big dog play of the week in a game which will surely be decided by no more than single digits.
I think I agree with you here, Joe. This line is just funky. Do you think that the total play could be something of value here? You were talking about how it's going to be a defensive game, a lot of running game in this showdown, this matchup. Do you think that maybe an under on the total could be a play here?
Well, that certainly is the obvious look here. Although remember, this line is 16 points below what an average college football game scores. So the line maker is thinking along the same lines. If the game were played purely on the offensive side of the ball, they probably wouldn't get to 40 points. But there could well be some defensive or special team scores in this game, which could put this game over the total. I'll stay neutral here on the total.
All right, college football analyst Joe Gavassi, thanks again for joining us. And guys, for the best college football picks all season long, keep it locked right here with us at Sportsbook Review.